This is Dabu 7. We have a huge war front that is about to open up in the Caribbean and in Latin America, and this involves everything all the way up to the U.S. southern border. And it's going to affect the homeland here in America. We now have 3 U.S. missile destroyers heading toward Venezuela to combat Maduro. It has everything to do with what they're saying is this narco-terrorist units that are moving about. Now, they went out and they labeled Tren de Aragua and the Sinaloa cartel as designated terrorist units, meaning they're going to treat them like any other terrorists they ever have in the past, and they're going to mow them down and try to put them to an end. Now, we have Maduro not taking too kindly to that, saying, you can try to send whatever you want, I'm going to counter it. The U.S. sending 3 destroyers down into the area. Maduro not taking too kindly to that, saying, you can, and they labeled terrorists they ever have in the past, and they're going to mow them down and try to put them to an end. Now, we have Maduro not taking too kindly to that, saying, you can try to send whatever you want, I'm going to counter it. The U.S. sending 3 destroyers down into the area, surveillance aircraft. You have the P-8 surveillance planes that are going back and forth in the region. They even have attack submarines stationed, like it's about to go off. Maduro saying you can send all of it. He's going to deploy 4.5 million militia members to counter these outlandish threats. And remember, they've sent Tren de Aragua all the way up to the United States. They've been doing stuff all over this country, inside the country. And there's a network going from Venezuela all the way to here. And a lot of it funneling the drugs like fentanyl and other exotic drugs into the United States. That's taking the lives of hundreds of thousands of people in this country. So this is the setting. It looks like big war is about to unfold and people are not even paying attention. And it looks like it's going to come raining down on Maduro. So this could affect things. There could be major blowback is my biggest concern in terms of this country, bombings, attacks, anything that they can throw at us in the midst of this. But as we can see, it's definitely set up. At any moment now, it's going to commence. Join me on the live streams where I'm talking about this in greater detail. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you guys there. Much love.
While President...
Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Akakdash. Double honors unto the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutation to your Akim, pushing this word in sincerity and truth. This is your brother Yassad back at you with another lesson, will not edifying to the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And this lesson today, it going into, more wars on the rise, right? Because we know in the end times it will be manifest that there would be wars and rumors of wars, right? Hey, the Lord just turning it up in this place, on every side, yeah, because don't feel it's a Caribbean, there's nothing gonna come out here with just small islands and whatnot. But the Lord is basically bringing this to your face, right? Showing you no way on earth you could remain on. The Lord is stirring it up, right? The Lord says, He's stirring it up to the 4 corners of the earth. As you just heard what happened there, because we just had a look and see. But we know according to the prophecies, things is about to get real heated, right? Yeah, things is about to get real heated, and we know through previous times how America, the US operates with terrorists and whatnot. You know, for instance, the the fights in Afghanistan, the fights at I think it was Iraq. You know, so we see many preludes of how the US does the thing, right? And it's not gonna be nothing new, you know. It's not gonna be anything new. Bear with me. There's an article here. It says U.S. surrounds Venezuela with warships. It's a Caracas, Venezuela, August the 20th, 2025. The Caribbean is on high alert tonight after a massive U.S. naval buildup was spotted just off Venezuela's northern coast in what analysts are calling the biggest show of American military muscle in the region in years. At least 6 U.S. warships and a submarine have taken up position in the Caribbean Sea. Among the vessels identified are the USS Gravel, USS Iwo Jima, USS San Antonio, USS Fort Lauderdale, USS Samson, USS Jason Dunham, along with a nuclear-capable submarine lurking beneath the waves. The move comes amid rising tensions with the government of President Nicolas Maduro, fueling speculation that Washington is turning up the heat and sending a chilling message not only to Caracas but to the entire region. Regional observers warn the deployment risks sparking a Caribbean flashpoint with fears that any miscalculation could spiral in confrontation. Venezuela's government has yet to respond officially, but voices in Caracas are already branding the maneuver as an act of provocation and intimidation, one that places the fragile peace of the hemisphere in jeopardy. As the U.S. naval fleet casts a shadow over Venezuelan coastline, Caribbean leaders and citizens alike are left wondering, is the region on the brink of a dangerous showdown? Times Caribbean will provide continuous updates as this explosive situation unfolds. Yeah, because hey, just as the prophets are out there, we have telling you there is nothing that is left well for this place. It's all judgment, great, tribulation. That's why the prophecies about the young men dying in wars, hey, these things is about to come to pass, right? Because again, the Lord causing that proverb to cease, right? Ezekiel 12 and 22, it says, Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land, saying, the Lord, the days are prolonged, and every vision faileth. Tell them, therefore, thus say the Lord power, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. For there shall no more be any vain vision, nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. Yeah, because a lot of them think, well, this was written, and so long we living in the end times, and them thing I could be in my days. I could long die and long gone before any of them thing happen, but the Lord saw this generation shall not pass until all things shall be fulfilled. So hey, these things are coming, and you all gonna be a witness. You're gonna witness it before your eyes. Right? The Lord is stirring it up. Didn't the scripture say? The Lord mustered the host of the battle. Isaiah 13:4, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai of hosts, mustered the hosts of the battle. Yeah. They come from a far country. Look at the distance, these naval ships coming from. From the quite, the western hemisphere. Let's say from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Holy, for the day of the Lord is at hand, it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Because as the Lord planned, the Lord, bringing in that vibration of war upon the face of the earth. Isaiah 9:5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. That's why it was mentioned a lot of missile deflectors, and a submarine, with nuclear capabilities. A submarine with nuclear capabilities, right? So we know these things that are taking place. Hey, it's just prophecy. Yeah, this is the book of Matthew 24 and verses 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise up against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Yeah. So you see his real judgment the Lord had pronounced upon this place. Right? And that's how the Lord planned to bring a lot of the judgment, upon the people. 2 Ezra 16:33. The virgin shall mourn. So these women, they're gonna mourn, right? Because in that time, there's gonna be a lot of drafting going on. Your father, your husband, whatnot, the men, they're gonna be taken to go to fight war. Having no bridegrooms, the woman shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Yeah. These things that we bring forth is the words of the Lord, is what the Lord had pronounced upon this place. Right? And we know, and for this precept, will come Isaiah 34:16. seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read, none of these shall fail. So all these prophecies that we are speaking of, they're not gonna fail. That's why you're seeing them now. It's like the prophecies just coming off the pages of the Bible and just walking and just playing out. None shall want a meat, for my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them. Yeah. So let's see what's gonna be the outcome and how things is gonna escalate too. Right? Hopefully this lesson was edifying. We as the shepherds, bringing out the message, the warning unto the sheep. Shalom to you, Akim, until the next shalom.